All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for our final layer. This is the piece that really cinched everything together. So we have science and social science. They have storylines. So social science follows a certain time period and location, and chronologically we were able to follow and use that storyline because that doesn't really have flexibility. Whereas a science storyline, you have the capacity to teach that in any order that you would like, and that is completely up to the user. So for us, we thought, what a perfect way we can follow the social science storyline, and embed all of our science pieces within that. So we have created essential questions for all of our units of study, and we have merged the two contents together, the standards from science that fit with the standards for social studies, and we were able to combine the two using an essential question. And I'm going to walk you through what that looks like and how these documents are set up. So an essential question is your overarching question that you are trying to figure out by the end of your unit. So if we look here at their third grade roadmap, we can see that our units are all labeled within our document, and we have the cross-cutting concept that each of the unit focuses on, and then the essential question that was written combining the two standards from science and social studies to create this unit. So again, the essential question is what drives your instruction, and it's the question that you are going to be able to answer by the end of your time with the unit. It is a question that is not Googleable. So it is not something that you could just look up on the internet and find the answer to really quickly. It's very complex, and there are many different components to solving the question in your unit of study. So I'm going to have show you just a little bit of what it would look like. So this is what happens when you get to your roadmap. You're going to click on the unit of study that you would like to look at. So again, for third grade, they have all of their units until third quarter are actually integrated units. So unit one for third grade is a unit that is done, all ready to go, ready for teachers to begin their work in integration on. So as you can see at the very top of the map, we have our cross-cutting concept. So we have our unit title and our cross-cutting concept, and below that we have our essential question. So our essential question and our cross-cutting concept are usually connected. And then below here are all the supports to help you to answer that essential question. Again, that essential question was based off of the science and the social science standards, which are listed below. So we looked at these standards, we found all the connections that we wanted to make, and the team created an essential question that would help drive that learning. So we also took key concepts, things that should help you answer your focus questions and your essential questions based off of the standards. So we went through the standards, and we used the learning progressions within the science, and for the history and social science, we used some materials from C3 and some materials from ADE to help us figure out exactly what needs to be covered. Then from there, we built focus questions that are going to help support the essential question. Now, as you can see, there are different colors. We did that after. So we came up with all of our focus questions, and then we looked at them and thought, which ones of these would we be able to teach together? So you can see when the colors are the same. So on the left, we have our first two bullets on history and social science, and our first bullet on science are all the same color. We thought that we could organically teach those together within the lesson and really have a deep understanding of those focus questions on both sides of the coin, both the social studies and the social science coin. We were able to teach them together. You can see that we've paired other social science focus questions together, and then we have a science question over here in blue that we were not able to teach in conjunction with any social science content. And so when we paired those all together, we did this organically, again, this process working through to try to understand how are we going to help kids understand this essential question. So we go through here, we have our core ideas like we talked about before, our disciplinary skills and processes, those are located on the map as well. So different ways that we can inform our instruction. We have objectives listed on here for your use. We have vocabulary pieces, and we'll be adding in our resources that are adopted. Most of the units have, under ELA, they have correlating journeys text that fit. We did not want to put journeys connections that actually weren't connections into these documents. So what we have done is, if there was, depending on the time of year and the scope and sequence of how journeys was set up, we fit journeys anchor text within these documents to show if it was an organic fit and would it really fit with the content. So we really paired up content that would match with what you're studying in social science and science in order to answer that essential question, and if it fit with the time of year. For instance, if we had something that was in lesson 25, in journeys, we would not be putting it in this unit, even if it fit and it was a really nice fit. We did not want to put that just because of the time of year. Obviously, lesson 25 in journeys would be happening much later in the year, and so we did not list that on this document. And then we have some open ed resources which we will continue to fill. This is where the lessons are located, and we'll be looking at that on the third module, and you'll be able to dig into these. But these are active links to the lessons with all the resources that you need. And then we put down here grading opportunities because we know that this is something new. We really want to help your teachers, all of you, work through this process and find a way to authentically grade much of this. And have a really nice understanding of that. So in the lessons, that's actually listed as well, and the content area that you could potentially give a grade in. So these are the documents. This top part is the huge meat of things, a really understanding of what am I trying to teach, how am I trying to get this information across to kids, and what do all of these standards mean? So we're trying to really scaffold this for all of you so that you feel comfortable and confident looking at these documents and understanding what they mean. And please remember that the communication is 100% open. So if you need support or help in any capacity, please reach out to us and let us know. Thank you so much.